Nancy, purevitallifestyle.com. How are you doing today? A friend of mine, Rich Gurman, is launching his new book this week, How to Monetize Your Passion. So his passion is how to help other people get in touch with their passion. And, pretty much in order to get in touch with your own passion, you really need to spend some time getting in touch with who you are. What is your passion? What motivates you? What drives you? What are your dreams about? What are your aspirations about? What's your inspiration? How much time do you get to take in the course of a day, in the course of a week, in the course of a month, and truly focus on yourself? Where you step outside of the life that you're leading right now, caught up in the rut of things, caught up in the routine and the habit and the expectations of yourself, expectations that your family has on you, expectations that your employer has on you. We all have a tendency to get caught up in the day-to-day. And how many of us really take time to step outside of ourselves, to sit back and get in touch with who we are, what we're about, what inspires us, what motivates us, what are our dreams about, what is it you want to accomplish in your lifetime? It's so easy to get caught up in the treadmill of day-to-day life. So easy to get caught up in the treadmill of the day-to-day stresses and pressures that are on us all the time. And there's just so much going on in our world all the time. Technology alone is bombarding us all of the time. So we've lost, I think, in a lot of ways, the ability to step outside of the craziness of our life and just find some quiet time. So if you were to find some quiet time in the course of your day, and you were just to look within yourself and to sit quietly and reflect and meditate perhaps, or journal, if you spent time looking inside of yourself, what would you find about yourself that's missing from your life? What would you find that is, a dream that's been burning away at you for quite some time, something that's, so passionate to you in your heart, something that you would just love to do, that you haven't had the time or the opportunity, to accomplish it yet, or you haven't had the time to give it any life. You haven't had the time to sit and revel in the thoughts and feel how wonderful you'd feel if you're able to accomplish all of that. So what's your passion? What drives you? I believe and I think ultimately that in order to find out where we're connected with our own passions, we need to be connected with ourselves. And in being connected with ourselves, we have to truly love ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally, which is a pretty large feat, I think, for most of us. It's an ongoing quest, but it's something that we have to be deliberate about. It's something that we have to take the time and the focus to put our attention to it and recognize, how are we feeling about ourselves? We get so caught up in the day-to-day, the routines, the habits, the way we interact with each other, the way we interact with ourselves. And I don't know if we really spend enough time kind of thinking, how am I treating myself? Am I being good to myself? Am I treating myself with respect? Am I honoring myself? Am I loving myself? Because only when we love ourselves can we extend ourselves to others in our fullest capacity. And that, I think, ultimately is one of our goals in life. So your passion. Rich knows his passion. He's an amazing business coach. He's an entrepreneur. He's a certified meditation coach. And, the list of talents that he has goes on and on and on. He has a huge appreciation for the ocean and nature, and he works very hard to share all of his passions through the work that he does. And in turn, this is how he's come up with this brilliant idea for writing his book. And it's been a couple of years in the making. But it hasn't deterred him from completing it because he has so much passion for what he's doing. So ultimately, it's pretty obvious that he has a lot of self-love. And from loving himself first, he's able to truly extend himself to others. And not only in writing and completing and getting ready to launch his book, he has a huge other dream of helping homeless children in the United States. So this is an example of a fine man who's actually living his dream. He's living out his passion. And in turn, he's helping to inspire us to live our own passions. And basically, that is my goal in Pure Vita Lifestyle is I really want to urge you to connect with yourself, to really take the time to look inward and reflect on who you are and the gift of who you are and how important you are in the overall scheme of things in this particular time and place on our planet. And it does, I truly believe, all start with loving ourselves. And like I keep saying, and from there, it gives us the capacity and the capability to extend ourselves to others. I'm Nancy Battye, PureVitaLifestyle.com. Come and check us out. Have a look at our extraordinary products. Check out Rich Gurman and get your copy of his book this week. It's going to be fabulous. Beyond that, start looking into yourself. What's your passion? What drives you? What inspires you? How could you better yourself in terms of living your life to the fullest capacity so you could affect and help other people in the world?